So part two, we get temperance, and that is talking about, I think, the greater need. And it's interesting on this deck that the one of the indigenous figures that they have a variety of different ethnic cultures here represented, but this is the one that is of the indigenous First Nation, indigenous people. I think that's Sherry letting us know something here. Sorry guys, I'm just so ham-handed here. Okay. Ooh, trying to get that glare off. There we go. That there needs to be healing, the right balance of things. That way people will not be seeking to self-medicate with alcohol, that they have their traditions. I think this is also a call to SherryAnne saying to her people, look at the traditions. Sorry. I just can't get over that. That's so... I feel like this is something from her. I do. That's nice. And it's not just nice. It is important. I think she's helping on the other, what you would call the other side, whatever, in the other world. Sherry's spirit is very active and is seeking and wants balance and healing, so that people aren't dependent on drugs and alcohol. And that long way to go, but it doesn't mean that just because it's a difficult problem you don't tackle it and deal with it and try to actively deal with it. It's not even being dealt with. And they cut funding, and the people that are trying to help in these, with the places they do have, are overwhelmed. So I get this. She's giving me a sense with that King of Wands, a sense of a. She's calling them men. Okay. To be strong again, and I think if they have a drinking problem or drug problem, really feel, go back to the ways that the traditional ways, try to go back to that. Put yourself focused into learning that. That's just what she wants the men to become strong and robust as that staff. Okay, we get the Four of Pentacles. Somebody was greedy. Okay, I got this before too. Okay, let me take these away, because sometimes that at this point it'll just be distracting. So there was something of somebody is territorial, possessive, and really the person, I think, is responsible, is a real hard character. They are, I don't know if they own or if they had a connection to one of the businesses there, but I think this person could, was just a real tight ass. I don't know how else other to say it. They're so greedy. And hard character. Oh, that is not me farting, by the way. Maybe I should get a fart machine and like see if you can tell the difference. That is a wound vac. I'm on bed rest. So you're going to hear that again. But somebody with regard, I think, to her death was a greedy, you know what, and a real hard customer, so to speak, a real hard dude, hard person. Now I'm being shown the Hierophant and death. I wonder if this person went to her funeral. That is just something that came into my mind. And it struck me when I saw the cards. Maybe I need to see them in a different light. I'm going to keep this as her significator because I just get a sense she likes that card. Okay, and it is certainly apropos to the reading and what needs to happen. They need to get active on her case. I don't see any energy going on with it, and certainly not now. But her case has gotten some exposure, but we really need to get coverage of each case of Indigenous women, especially, that end up going missing, murdered. I don't care if somebody has drug problem. They have a right to live. They have a right, and I don't judge them. So I've had problems in my past, and it's just not cool to do that. So I have great time for people that have a not had an easy go of it. Now this death. Something about a death. This part makes me feel like any kind of a memorial wake service. They may have even put money toward it. God, that's sick. Okay, I don't know, but that was just going to shuffle again. I'm going to continue to read on. This is Sherry's time. This is for SherryAnne. SherryAnne WoundedFoot. She was 50, so she's a year younger than myself. And she had a brother that had died in a similar fashion. And I do feel that her death is in connection to that, because one of my first, I jotted it down, one of my first prior reading was the death card and the 10 of Wands and the Hanged Man. And those really stood out to me, that she died because she knew something. She knew something. But I did cover that. That's right, in the first recording for Sherry. This is part 2. So who was it? Let's just go full on. Who was it? Who was it that killed SherryAnne WoundedFoot? Who was it? Revealed the coward. Reveal the coward. Who's Sherry? Who did that to her? Who murdered SherryAnne WoundedFoot? August 17th or thereabouts, maybe the 16th. 2016. There's that machine. Sounds like I've got a piglet, a percolator, and a whoopee cushion. Okay. Who was it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who was it? I get the 4 of Wands. It's done outside in a public space. Public lot. The devil. It's like, okay, no, I'm not trying to be funny. This person was literally the devil. This person's a sadist. And I feel like they cornered her. They trapped her. I feel like she was lured into that position of being trapped. And I'm getting it again. For an evil, deliberate action. But I'm asking who? I felt like this was at least an accomplice in another reading, and this is someone that tails along and just does as they're told. I get a King of Wands. Get a King of Wands. Crowning. Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit. I feel like there could have been up to 2, maybe 3 other people involved. And I keep getting that somehow there is a female in the picture. And I would say that as a person that was involved in her death. But I also do get that I can't make out, though, whether the involvement of the male is having to do with her brother or a male person that she crossed up. I think it's more of the male that may have harmed her brother, and that also made sure that maybe she was finding out more about her brother's passing than this person felt comfortable with. Because I think she was deliberately, I don't know, shut up and lured. Maybe that person said, I'll give you, I've got some beer here. Why don't you, come have a beer with me or something like that. Come, have a drink with me. And if you say that to an addict, I mean, that's just... But let's try it again. Who's responsible for SherryAnne WoundedFoot's death? Who's responsible for it? Who's responsible? Who did that to SherryAnne WoundedFoot? It's a secret. Big. So this tells me somebody knows, but they're keeping it hush, hush. Somebody knows. More than one other person knows. Again, another reading, I got 3. Considering the population of white clay, 2. And there's an unstable relationship here. And there's a back and a forth, back and a forth. There's drama here. unstable relationship. The person, I think this is also feels like to me like the person luring her. Let me take a look at that card again. Yeah. He's holding out one. So, Two of Cups. No, these are the Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry. She was lured there. And this is still on the quiet. This is not publicly known. So she may not have had a moment to tell somebody, hey, I'm just going to go over here. So that somebody that she was hanging out with would know. I think she may not have had that opportunity to make it clear. So it's kind of something maybe along those lines where people didn't, even the people that knew of her in that small town, they may not appreciate her being missing for a few days. But I think they would begin to wonder. Again, I get another 2. And this one is the 2 of Cups. So there was a secret relationship. She was, I don't know. And I get that it was unstable. But there is some sort of connecting here with someone else. And it was on the hush-hush. Wheel of Fortune. It sets in motion, I think, their plan. And it's trickery. Look at that. There's the coyote. It just feels like trickery. It just feels like she does not know what she's actually walking, or what she's not aware of what's happening, that she's being tricked. That somebody could have offered, like I said, hey, come and drink with me. I don't know. And then put on the face of a smile, Okay. Yeah. Five of Cups. There is loss. And there is mourning. So this causes, I think, the turn of events that happen. I think that they may have used somebody that she thought was a friend. I don't know. But I feel like she was somewhat lured, or they may have given her the face that they were being friendly and offering a cup, a drink, have a drink with me. I feel like it's that, but this person goes from one extreme to another. They're just wired weird, and this is not good because it results in grief and loss and mourning. And it's a karmically connected. Just feel like there is something that I think the work to get the place is closed. But now there is the next step that needs to be done. The work is far from over. They need to continue making changes. I also feel like this person just had long had planned to do this. I do. I feel like there was some intent behind it. You saw the devil in there. But I just feel like this person's got a side to him that emerges that's so greedy and so selfish. Uh, it has no, there's no brakes to this person. I'm not completely satisfied, to tell you the truth. I want to read more on her case. I consider this just a good preliminary reading. So I'm going to stop here since I've got my first initial two, and I will put these out. And I'll come back to SherryAnne's case in a little bit at another date. And I thank you for watching. Please, you can leave your comments below. And if you're interested, you can subscribe. I thank you for your time. And I hope you have a great